apologize everyone for the suicide was without drawing attention to some concern. So we can say Lego, a battle that has now just got into the media stress as well for what really concerns should be more concerned at is about tackling the complexity of loan recovery, what should be how this can be well managed because it looks that it has now become more concern, for even the lawyers. It has now become a legal dispute, and of course, you get into the public. Prof, how did that kind of a story emanating from a world standard institution like that of First Bank, and it now gets to the point where it looks that it has gotten out of hand, it has escalated. What would you say about these emerging developments?
We should look at from what we know is that we don't use the parameter of indices as it concerns us most of the time. If you remember the case of Mobitel, a mobile phone operator, and which was at the death of Joseph Alabi, the accusation was that the bank actually were involved in the death of Joseph Alabi, who was the chief executive officer. But in this case, there is something that Nigerians are not looking at the issue of First Bank. This is the only time that a chairman of a bank is holding everybody to ransom. Chairman of a bank has no decision to take about loans and acts in concert to loans. A chairman of a bank is just a board chairman of the bank. But when a chairman of a bank decides to take management of the bank, take decisions for the bank, takes active actions and active participation of a bank, means that there is something beyond the issue of loans. And we are not asking questions in Nigeria. The questions we are not asking has actually affected us as people, because you can't step beyond your part. I am not here to discuss about who is right and who is not right, why these decisions have been taken and the rest, but we have to ask questions because this is our country. We should see the petition written by the same chairman to EFCC against the former chairman, the former MDs and executives of the bank. It's not done anywhere. You have some percentage of shares in the bank. You can't decide on what the bank has to do as a management, even as the chairman of the bank. That is one index. We should also ask Femi Otedola where he get the money that he invested into First Bank from. We should ask. And if we look at Obiad General is also telling us that he has spent some part of this money on a Emefiele campaign, then did Emefiele actually campaign, canvass for votes in 2023? The answer is no. He was never one of those people. He did not even express his intention to run for the presidency in 2023. So whatever the one is, I am not going to put anybody into suspension. Nduka and Femi Otedola has to tell us the truth, because I have my own different opinion, and my opinion could be wrong, it could be right, but I know my opinions are right. The two of them has to tell Nigerians the truth, how this money comes about. They should not use the cover of First Bank battle to make us look like fools. I know Femi is very close to Mr. President. All of them are rushing to Mr. President, getting cover for Mr. President. The same Femi was also looking for cover from Goodluck Jonathan, which he got very well to prosecute Farouk. The same Femi is going under the cover of Tinubu to do the wrong things, and Tinubu is falling. But Femi should tell us what was his relationship with Patrick Aziza, his relationship with Oyinlola, his relationship with Ishaq Bami, and to his relationship with Godwin Emefiele. If he's not ready to express this, then we are in the wrong corner, because we have given so much express to some people in this country without probity. Nobody probed their action. Also, Uduka should also tell us his relationship with Emefiele, though they are from the same local government and from the same place, and other relationship he has had in the past that made him a giant of the industry. So he has invested in so many areas, he has struggled, but we know the templates too. So two of them should not use us as weapon of discourse. We are not ready to discuss them, but they should shape their template, because that bank has been existing for 100 and something years before they were born.
So would you believe that this case has a way of influencing future, loan and enforcement issues?
It is already is a bad precedent for Nigeria, because what they are telling the world is a different story about Nigeria, and what they are practically doing is another different thing. So to me, the Mr. President or whoever, or the Minister of Finance, has to call them to order. Has to call them to order, because they know they are not doing the right thing. They know they are not doing the right thing, because what makes you give a loan of such amount to an organization? There must be something. What was the backup? Because a bank is not where you walk to and said, I want $100 million, and they will give it to you without where their money comes from. How do they recover their money? There must be a collateral. There must be a fallback. So what was the fallback? So if there was no fallback, how did the loan come about? And who approved that loan? And on what privy? So these are the things, because bank must know how to recover their money back. And there must be a collateral, and there must be something. If there was no collateral, there was something specific that the bank think they can benefit from. So why don't you hold on that, and you are coming to the front line to sit on people's businesses? What was the negotiation? What planning was made?
So would you say that, CBN has a lot to play in terms of policies, in managing this, because when two elephants are fighting, it's always good that we also have one to supersede.
The capitalization of every bank is 25 billion naira, meaning that we are talking of 200 or something or 300 or something billion US dollars. Means that it was not just First Bank money. It was a syndicated funds. So if it was a syndicated funds, what happened? On what privy did you give this money out? And what was the draw line? Because if I take a loan to develop a studio like this, there is a stages. If I want to buy cameras, I will say I want to buy cameras from so. So the bank pay for those cameras. So what was the draw line? Was the draw line established that I can walk into the bank and tell them, give me 10 million naira, and they give me 10 million naira, and I walk away? Was it a spring spending loan, or it was a loan meant for some specifics? So if it's a loan meant for some specifics, was the specifics followed? What did the feasibility studies and the plan, what did it state? So were you releasing money to an individual for its own self-aggrandizement? And where did this money come from? These are the things we have to question.
So what's the way forward?
The way forward is the two of them should just know that there is no case in the court, because the court cannot even mediate. They have to look for a mediator who is a professional, who has the court don't judges don't have any economic concept. There is no economic principles and concept.
All right. As we wrap it up, everyone, a lot of concern still about the blueprint for future recovery as well, which has to do with financial institutions and judicial institutions as well. This is where we wrap it up. Thanks so much to Professor Ibrahim Abubakar for joining us on the show this morning and giving us insight on that. My name is Edika Michael. See you again.